is the Mercedes, which has got a similar shape. It's actually probably a tougher cutout than the Equinox, in my opinion. What we're going to do is we're going to run around the perimeter with the swim line. The techniques that we've been using here is because the bead is so tough to cut, you got to make a relief cut to get through with your starter. So just use a bush blade of any kind. Like I said, go parallel the pinch weld on the side. You got to make a relief cut because the starter itself won't go through very easy. So just got to drive it in there. Where it comes all the way through to the inside. If I can see it. Yep, I see it. It's through. Bring it out. And then you want to do the same thing at the top corner. Stay below the horizontal bead so where it pops out. Just push it through, and I see it on the inside, so that's good. So bring it back out. Okay. You've got a really good starter. You might not need to make a relief cut, but it just makes it easier to get it through, and you're not bending your starter trying to force it through that bead. Because even when you make that cut, it's still a little bit of a struggle to get that through. That Mercedes shirt thing's pretty tough stuff. Back out. Okay, and like I said, this is the supply. So that's on the spool. We're going to bring that in. And then we want to bring enough of this in so that when we bring it back out at the top, we want to be able to come down, hook onto the tool, and have something to grab onto. So, take another cut piece of line. And go in at the top. Okay. You want to come around to the side. And you'll see the starter's coming through with that little loop of cord. So leave the loop in. Take your supply line that you've bent inward, put it through the loop, and then pull it back out. Once you get it back out to the outside, you just let it hang. And then take this one, supply, and start going around it clockwise. In this case, if you were working the other side, it'd be counterclockwise. So you can run those in. Okay, now, take our supply line, push that to the inside, go around, behind the tuck strips there, bring it around, back, and just give it a little pull, and it'll pull its way back in there, and then continue on around, back through, okay? And then I like to go, make sure you stay on the same side of the line. You don't want to get wrapped around the line, but I like to make another pass. Bring it back in. And then just find a place to anchor it. It doesn't matter where. I've got a 10mm bolt right inside the bulkhead here, the ground wire. I'm just going to bring it in and put it behind that ground wire. Tighten it down so it can't go anywhere. Now, you got to find some place to hook on to. ideal would be like a striker or something if you're working on the door side. We don't have a striker in this case, so what I'm going to do, this tail light's out, I've got a flat spot here on the corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little flat bar here, and just put it between the tool and the quarter panel there just to protect the paint. Come in close on this side, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Just bring that in, and once you get into where you can start cutting, you'll feel it start to pull. You just kind of stabilize it, and right now it's cutting down that back bead. And then once it gets all the way down, it's going to start cutting across the top. Okay, now it's going to start cutting across the top, but it's got to go through the pin and it's got to go through that corner. So we're going to go nice and slow. We're going to saw a little bit. Going through a heavy pin or changing directions, you got to slow down a little bit and then just work the tool until you get past that point. Oh yeah, that was actually the leading pin in the front. If you come to the inside, what was your name again?
Josh.
Josh. Look at the inside. You see that wire cutting through at the front? And then you've got the chaser line behind it. We're actually cutting the top bead and the leading bead at the same time. See that? And since we already cut that front bead, there's no resistance on that part. So all we've got left to cut is the rest of that leading bead down to the bottom. So if you want to come back to the outside, just hold it for us and film it at the same time. Can you do that? Just put your hand on it, yep. Okay, here we go. And it's out.